Next thing we're going to want to achieve is when I hit this button, I want to hear a sound, the sound of hitting a button. So my button consists of two objects kind of nested. There's the button base, and then there's the clicker. And the clicker has a XR Simple Interactable on it. And that XR Simple Interactable has, if you twirl this open, a list of interactable events. And this is how I'm already getting some of the effects, right? In a previous tutorial, I showed we could make a button by turning on an animator. And that animator runs an animation that makes this clicker appear to go down and back up. It's also at hover, which is when the hand enters the collider. It's turning on this game object grab cube. It's making it active. So that's why the green cube appears after you've pressed the button. So we can just add one more thing to this list and turn on an audio source. I'll just add the audio source to this clicker object. And so I'm going to grab my sound. I think this one is just labeled sound 9. And it's not going to play on awake in this case. But I do think we could make it spatial. And I'll talk more about that in a minute. But we're going to turn up the spatial blend from the 2D side all the way to 3D. And that's going to mean that it's sort of panned based on its position relative to us, the listener. With everything else set to go, it's going to be subject to reverb, it's going to be spatial, and for now the volume is good until we find out maybe it's too loud later. Now we have an audio source, and now we can drag this clicker object into our newly created hover interaction event, and now the function will go to the audio source and choose play. So now when we walk in, we should hear our doors slam, our music turn on, and then if we enter the hover area with our hand, not only do we get the animation and the cube, but we also get the click sound.